I've still yet to document the sounds I've made that I aspire to, even though some of them I've made. I mentioned the other day that I'd recently erased one because I got angry. Why would you erase something? Because you get angry. I hope you never have to find out. I do want to learn how to make something beautiful. I want to learn how to make something beautiful, you know? This is the thing with, like, whatever it is that, like, my personal quest or mission is. Um, the beauty that's not that's not strictly a sophistry. A beauty that's a truth, like a true beauty that doesn't exist yet, right? Like, what a strange thing. What a strange thing to worship or work for a piece of God that is a a piece of the beauty that doesn't exist yet. That's a strange idea, but uh, there's not a there's not a philosophy that could sufficiently dispute it. There are beauties true that exist in the future, as yet unexpressed, insomuch as the future exists. Truth's a big word. So part of the reason why I don't spend like lots and lots of time learning music, as music is taught more or less around the world, not completely, but you know, the whole 12 notes, whether just or equal intonation, like how many other ways can music be made? Um, so if there's a greater truth that the 12 note music system falls into, that's what I'm interested in. I don't, you could spend a lifetime around dissecting the 12 notes in whatever intonation or tuning scheme. There are lots of current day digitizations of music, which give you like a like what seems to be a continuous thing, except it's a continuity based upon binary digitization. Um, and people don't realize, like, no matter the resolution, like in a binary system, you can crank that resolution all the way down and you'll never get a triangle. If you put that binary around a circle, like if you just keep splitting it in half and half and half and half and half, you'll never get the simplest object in the two-dimensional plane, if we're talking about a plane as the metaphor. You'll never get a triangle, ever. But you'll approximate it, and perhaps at a certain level of resolution, you'll collapse upon it if that level of resolution exceeds on both sides the limit of the physical resolution. So if there's a physical resolution of whatever base system, if you take another base system on either side, what then? it's more efficient to have the right ratio, even at a smaller resolution, that collapses, than to have something that forces itself. One, and just about every base system is the same thing. One is one, right? Two is two in base 3, base 4, base 5. 5 is 5 in base 16, base 23, base 60. But 0.1, 0.3, 0.5 are different in every base. What we call decimal, because we're in base 10, but to the right side of the period that I guess represents 0, kind of. Which is just a different way of speaking of fractions. Which has to do a lot with the importance of America protecting the standard system. If everything went to decimal, we'd kind of be fucked, because then we'd lose the standard system, and from the decimal to the standard system is what makes the connection back to ancient systems. It's one of the most important things of America, the United States, is that we have kept the standard system. Now, the decimal system is super important, but the whole base 10, base 2 portion of it, and of course, the standard system is also hugely involved with base 2, not so tied to base 5. But it's the connection that ties you back to 3. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I'm not super great at music, is because the octave, the 12 tones, the way that has, music based on that is so inspiring. So much of it, it's what we build so much on: poetry, music, mythos, mythology, all that. It's so amazing and great. And there's so much I feel like I could learn about myself, about other people, about expression. I feel like there's so much I could contribute by learning more of that and doing more of that. But my deep, heartfelt concern is that there's something even greater beneath the surface. A greater poetry, a greater music. And a lot of people into what I consider myself into are all about Bach, right? Like Eric Dollard, he says how basically Johann Sebastian Bach is kind of one of the last expressions of true mathematics. So you have this homeless, old, dying. I don't even know if he's still alive. Sorry, Eric Dollard, for saying it that way. You're awesome. Alive or dead, you kind of carved out your place in the kingdom, But I can't remember how he says it, but that's still built on the 12 notes, And of course, I associate Eric Dollard also with the way he talks about I in one, but I give special. I gives privilege to the square root and to 90-degree angles. And 90-degree angles, I'm not sure. I mean, the angles of tetrahedron. A triangle is the stablest two-dimensional form. A tetrahedron is the stablest three-dimensional form. Properly, there's really not, or I should say properly, there's few. There's few, if any, 90-degree angles, and we always associate 90-degree angles with triangles and or rather squares and cubes, or rectangles and right hexahedrons versus dotetrahedrons. the other hexahedron. I don't know if I have my words right, but maybe you can figure that out. Hexahedron being like what if a hexahedron isn't two tetrahedra? It's essentially like the oddball of the missing Platonic forms, because there's the Platonic forms, and then Neoplatonus is so big, and that's like Neoplatonic forms, and Neoplatonic forms kind of relate to, well, there's the Albrecht Dürer Superman polyhedron, and there as a kind of Neoplatonic form, or a possibility of a Neoplatonic form would be like the Albrecht Dürer Superman shape, three-dimensional shape, and then there's also the chestahedron, which is another potential Neoplatonic form. But then there's like you have a tetrahedron and a tetrahedron, slam, hexahedron. Most hexahedron are a cube, a rectangle, a crushed diamond shape, But that is a special case of a hexahedron, isn't it, right? And the super special thing about it is that it essentially has a pole. It has a pole and a plane, which spheres appear to have in the natural world. A magnetic, gravitational, hemispheric plane, and a pole, north and south, which to my understanding aren't just like opposites or negatives of each other, but actually have different geometries. Thus, it's not a duality, but a unity. Because it's what could be considered a duality, except it's a duality not composed of opposites. Here Just gotta be honest sometimes. I'm not looking to make myself appear to be something I'm not, you know? I'm a lost soul. But I'm lost to myself. I don't know where I am. Let's put it that way. But something bigger than me knows where I am. And it's got its clutches on me. You know? Say a lot of bigger things. So, but I'm known, and where I am is known, just not by me. I'm flawed and I'm broken, and if I show I can make it, someone in this day and age is going to show that they make it. And there's a million ways to leave your lover. There's a million ways to show how dumb of a shit you are. I show my way. But somebody someday is gonna show what a dumb shit they are. And on the other side of it, they're gonna break this whole fucking illusion down to the ground, man. It's gonna crumble. It's gonna fall like a bad meringue. And it will be so beautiful, and everybody will benefit, even our supposed enemies. So many people want to send people to hell, if not literally, figuratively, and what's the difference? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Okay, let's go. We're gonna bust that shit up, right? I know it's presumptuous for me to say that, and I know I'm begging disaster by even stating it, but that's not going to stop me. Not because I'm right, not even because I'll succeed, But because my sails have caught the spirit of the wind, of the spirit of the age, and that's what fills my sails. Now, other things fill my sails. You know, like the other day I saw a commercial that Dunkin' Donuts has a new plant-based breakfast sandwich. I mean, there's a piece inside of me that's just like, beeline it to Dunkin' Donuts, buy like 50 of those fuckers, take a couple days off from work, and just eat Dunkin' Donuts plant-based breakfast sandwiches. Like, was that off the point? Oh yeah, so that fills my sail too. So I don't mean it to sound like I have all my sails set correctly. Here Here